Never in a political race have I seen both sides so confident yet so anxious. I made a video about my prediction, just my gut feeling that I think, this rhymes with 2016 and what happened in 2016. But, I had a lot of commenters saying, Trump's going to win easily and the momentum's building and Kamala Harris is going to win easily. Trump's manipulating the polls or whatever kind of rhetoric you want to throw. It's interesting how we see polls +4 for Trump, +2 for Harris. No one's able to squeeze plus that +5 in the swing states or even the national. I'm looking at a Wall Street Journal national poll that just came out like a couple seconds ago. Trump +3 in the national vote. I mean, what is going on here? Currently in all the swing states, Trump is up in the battlegrounds by 0.5, 0.7, 2.4 in Georgia, not too bad. 1.6 in Arizona, 0.1 in Wisconsin. I mean, 0.1, are you kidding me? 0.2 in Michigan, 0.7 in Nevada. I mean, this is getting crazy. But this video, I doubt anybody from the Kamala Harris campaign will watch this, but this video is directed to the Kamala Harris campaign because you have the most to prove. You are the new challenger. You are the person who's never been in a presidential race. So let me give you my 2 cents as a 18-year-old kid without a complete college degree. Listen, I'm not saying I'm the wisest man in the world, but here's just my thoughts. In 2016, people who didn't know Trump, a lot of people vote for him prospectively, like, we want a businessman running the country. That's the rhetoric he ran off of. I think that got him the win. In 2020, I would just consider that a wash almost. There was just no way Trump was going to win that because of the pandemic. Foul in the current administration, and he happened to be that. So, and he didn't really have a too popular presidency. But yeah, not too good. But now I'm feeling the 2016 vibes all over again, except now people are voting for Trump retrospectively. They remember, the economy was really good, the gas prices, grocery bills was cheaper, energy costs were down, there wasn't much warfare abroad and all these kind of things. Whether or not you want to attribute that to Trump, I'll let you decide. But, the problem I think with the Kamala Harris campaign is that they are too damn obsessed with attacking Trump. You can attack Trump, go for it. There's a lot of criticizing that man, but you're not going to win over any of these undecided voters. If anything, you are swaying away. I just watched the CNN town hall with Kamala Harris, and my golly, like, I don't understand how she is so terrible at campaigning. I mean, she says, we got to stop pointing the finger. We got to focus on bipartisanship and cooperation on both sides of the aisle. But half of the time, she's just attacking Trump. And she doesn't lay out, to her credit, she's giving out more comprehensive things on what she wants to do, like the whole price gouging. That's about it. That's all I can remember from what she was telling me. She wasn't actually going to tell me how she was going to fix price gouging or the border crisis and all this kind of stuff. She was just throwing out these buzzwords, expecting people to cling on to them. People have already made up their mind about Donald John Trump since 2017, 2016. There are no real undecided voters. I know there's a lot of people that claim to be, but once they pull up to that booth, they know damn well no one. It's not a dice roll, It's not a coin flip. Am I going to vote for Trump or Kamala today? It's not that at all. And the reason why my gut feeling is leaning towards Trump is because, he's playing the populist card to his credit very well, and I think Kamala needs to do that. The populism, for those of you who don't know, is the idea, at least in my vision, what populism is. It's like supporting the common man, taking on the elites, making it an us thing, using these people are attacking you, whether it's the corporation, the big government, the deep state, whatever you want to call it. It's us versus them. And Trump has done a remarkable job at doing that, and he's appealing to, so many people from different demographics and sides of the aisle. And Kamala Harris just can't seem to do that. Her best modest attempt was to bring on Dick Cheney and Vice President Dick Cheney and his daughter Liz Cheney. Like, come on. Nobody, like, Dick Cheney is a hated man no matter where you are from. He led us to a unjust war. How can you sit here and like you should not accept his endorsement with open arms. That's not going to. There are no Dick Cheney fans that are on the edge. I promise you. Um, you know, and with the black vote, uh, you know, Obama going on the rhetoric like, black men don't want to vote for a woman president, and I'm sure there's a little merit to that, but you know, Kamala Harris just continues to attack Trump, and I promise you, most black men despise Donald Trump, but are they enthusiastic to get up on the couch on election day and go to the polls, wait in that long line, especially like in places like Atlanta and Detroit, and vote for you? I'd be, it's a tougher feat to do. Whereas Biden, he really appealed to those people, and where Biden appealed to the most were those white, blue collar union members. And as you can see, they are not out endorsing Trump, or excuse me, Kamala Harris. They are endorsing Trump in some cases. You think the Teamsters, you think the steel workers in Detroit, and all those sort of people, they're outright supporting Trump. I think that Kamala Harris, while her attacks can be merit based, like there are some validity to her attacks against Trump, you are not going to win a voter. There's two steps, I think, to winning a successful campaign. You need to, one, diminish your opponent, and I think Kamala Harris has done a good job of like demonizing Trump if that's what she wanted to do. But then you also need to mobilize your own voters to go out and vote for you. And these low propensity voters are really going to decide this election. And now, with these early voting statistics coming out and how Republicans are keeping up with Democrats in the early voting, it doesn't seem that Kamala Harris's message is working. And, she needs to take a page from the Donald Trump playbook and, capitalize it on, like, we the little people, whoever that little people are, this is what we want, this is what we feel. And she just doesn't want to be able to do that. And she also, flips it back and forth. Like, I support Biden. I was a part of his White House. He was strong, but I'm going to be a different person. I'm going to continue. Well, how? How? That's what the voters want to know. So, like I said, I don't think these voters, these undecided voters, are going to necessarily vote for Trump with joy and open arms. They're just not going to be motivated enough to vote for you, and that's what win elections. So if Kamala Harris were to magically be watching me as an 18-year-old kid, I would tell you, quit going on the attack. You're not going to get any voters. Even if those attacks are valid, it's not helping you or anybody. If anything, it's helping Trump's campaign. So appeal to voters, mobilize your voters, and focus on policy. People want policy, and don't give me blanket words like price gouging and there is an immigration or I come from a middle class family. People want more substance than that. People want more finesse. And if you do that, I think you can get an upper edge. Like I said, though, this election is in anyone's hands. But these are some crucial times we are in. So go out and vote and enjoy your day, and I will see you tomorrow.